Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we will learn about the basic principles of Python and we'll also try to run a basic program in Python. So just to start with, let me give you a brief introduction about Python, which is high-level integrated programming language, which is basically known for its readability and simplicity. So there are a few real-life applications like Python, Instagram, Spotify, Dropbox, Netflix, and even NASA that heavily rely on Python, be it for their data analysis, back-end infrastructure, web interface, or building recommendation algorithms. So let's start with some basic commands by running it in a Python interpreter. Just to start with, let's open this command prompt. So to check if you have Python installed in your system, just use the default command python minus minus version. So as you can see in my system, 3.12.3 version is already installed. If you don't know how to install Python, you can refer to my previous video in which I have shown how we can install Python in Windows system. So to we'll just type simple command Python and press return. So three dash you can see at the beginning of the screen. This states that you are inside a Python interpreter. So whatever you write here will be treated as a Python program, Python command. So if I want to print any statement, I will use a simple keyword print, and in double quotes I will write anything that I want to get printed. Hello world, double quotes, and as you can see, hello world is printed here. Sorry, bad word. So we can, as I told you in the beginning, it is known for its simplicity. So if I want to do additions of two numbers rather than doing anything else, I'll just simply write 1 plus 1. It will give me 1, 2. 2 multiply by 2, 4. As you can see, it's very simple. So also we can initialize the variables simply like a equals to 10, b equals to 5. So we don't need to give any data type before initializing this. The Python is too smart to analyze what it is. So a minus b, it will give me 5. 10 minus 5 is 5. A plus b, it should give me 15. A multiplied by b, 50. So like this, we can use this Python interpreter if you want to run some few basic commands. So there are various IDEs also present in the market like Visual Studio, Idle, PyCharm. So I personally use Visual Studio. So I'll show you. So I will try to run a few program using Visual Studio. Also, if you don't know how we can install Visual Studio in Windows, you can refer to my video and where I have shown how we can install this Visual Studio in the Windows system. So to start with, we'll just create a new text file here and we will write anything, the same things that we written there, hello world. So if you want to save the file, you have to save it using .py extension. So I'm just clicking first .py and save. So double quotes here. So in Visual Studio, you can see there is a play button on the top right corner. This is not by default when you install Visual Studio. You have to go into this extension section and you have to search for Python. You have to download this particular Python extension, which will make our life easier to execute any of the Python program. So after installing this, I can see this play button there, right, which will be used to execute any Python program. So as you can see, we have used a print statement in our code and hello world is printed as required. If I want to print anything else, second line executed in VS Code, we can run and see both the lines are printed as expected. So let's try to run a simple Python program. We will initialize two variables and we'll try to add, multiply, divide and everything using the two variables. So num1 I will initialize as 2, num2 I will initialize as 5. I will add the numbers first, num plus num2, return. There is no space before any of the initializing, and now I will print sum. So if I want to add any variable value in the print statement, then After using the double quotes, I will use comma and then I will print add. So then only it will treat it as a variable. And if I execute it again, so you can see sum 5 is coming as, right? So let's do subtraction minus num1 num1 minus num2 and print subtraction. Let's do multiplication num1 into num2. Don't forget the comma after adding that double quotes. Then we will use division as well. Num1 divided by num2. Print double quotes modulus. So symbol for modulus is this percentage mark. So if you want to find any exponential power of any of the numbers, then we will use 2 times the star operator and then do num2. So it will treat it as a num1 exponential num2. We will see the output in a second. That's it. And if I try to run the program, there is a error that it states perhaps forget a comma subtraction. So see, in subtraction print statement I forgot a comma, that is why it gave me a syntax error. Let's add a comma in here and now execute. Yeah, so as the value of first variable was 10, variable 2 was 5, so addition will be 15, which is right. Subtraction will be 5, 10 minus 5. Multiplication 5 into 10, 50. Division is 2, 10 divided by 5. Modulus, there is no remainder, so 0. And exponential is 100k. So this is how we can use VS Code, and these are some basic operators that is being used widely used in Python programs.